Namaskar, my name is Akash Saxena and I'm here to discuss my interview experience with NVS. So after getting 12th position overall in written examination, I got an interview call from NVS and I had to reach its regional office at Jaipur for the interview. I reached there and the very first thing that was asked to me was to fill the biodata form. I filled that and I went inside for the verification of the documents. They were verified. I was told to appear, in the room where the interview was being conducted. Finally, I entered in the room and I saw that 5 persons were there in the interview panel, and one person also was there to give the accompany of the instruments. So, interview was started, and the very first thing they asked me that describe yourself. I told them each and everything about me that was required to be told, and one member of the interview panel asked me a question that just tell me about 5 ragas in which you can sing, you can perform a Bada Khayal, and I performed a Bada Khayal. They instructed that now we wanna listen a Choda Khayal also. I started singing a Choda Khayal in Rag Marwa. Some theoretical questions were there, like 2 more ragas are there in Indian classical music that have the similar swaras or the notes like Rag Marwa. Tell me something about them. I told them about Rag Sohni and Rag Puriya, and then she said that differentiate between these 3 ragas theoretically. I did so. Some special group of notes or some special phrases of notes I sang in front of her, and she got impressed and satisfied also. Afterwards, as I had mentioned earlier in my introduction that I have been the part of Indian Idol 2016 as well, so they told me that they wanted to listen to me singing a Bollywood song as well. I started singing a song, Saiya of Kailash Kher. They appreciated my efforts, and finally they told me that now let us discuss the instrumental part of the music. I said okay, I'm prepared for that. And then yes, I performed instruments as well. They observed, they appreciated, and then they started talking about the folk music, and they told me that they wanted to listen to some folk songs from the northeastern part of India. So I sang 2 songs there. One folk song was from Nagaland and another was from Manipur. Yes, and as expected, they told me that I was supposed to perform some dancing steps as well. So yes, singing the same folk songs, I performed some dancing steps as well. They got satisfied. Meanwhile, let me tell you that in that interview panel, total 5 members were there, and 3 were there who were asking the questions from music, and 2 were there who asked the questions related to psychology. I think they were trying to observe the personality, the overall personality of the candidates. Now the turn was there of those 2 persons who were sitting very quietly so far. And they finally started asking me some questions like, if a new child is there, if a new student is there, how you'll be trying to teach him? I gave him the answer. He got satisfied. And finally one more question was there. Tell me something about the state called Arunachal Pradesh. So I described all the things geographically and politically as well, and they tried to know about the cultural things of Arunachal Pradesh as well, and I told them. And after looking at the watch, they started talking to each other that it's been a long time, near about 55 minutes, and many candidates are there outside who are waiting. So I think this is the correct time. to say thanks and goodbye to this candidate. And finally they wished me all the best and said thank you. And before leaving the room, I gave my final statement to them that, dear sir, respected ma'am, I also want to tell you something if you allow. They said okay, please say. And then I said that I do possess the knowledge of other subjects as well, till 10th standard. All the subjects as far as the academics or non-academic subjects are concerned. So I said that I have been a science teacher, I have been a maths teacher also. I started my career, in fact, as a science teacher, as a maths teacher, and later I switched to the post called music teacher. And yes, as far as the technical things are concerned, so I'm having the expertise in that also. And in fact, I know that how to edit or how to record an audio. And as far as the video editing is concerned, so yes, I know that also. So if you will be considering me, if you will be offering the appointment to me, I think that I may be really very useful for the students. In this way, talking about the expertise of mine in the other subjects as well, I just thanked all of them, and finally I left the room. So this was the experience of mine. Nowadays I'm just waiting for the result, and let us see what happens. Thank you very much. I hope that you'll be benefited after watching this video. Thank you very much. All the best.